Hello. Hello, welcome. So this is YouTube. This is what so many of us live for. Welcome to my channel, Mo Moon. My name is Mo, welcome. Okay, let me just tell you one fucking thing, and I'm gonna try not to swear again for the rest of this video, okay? This is serious business. This is the video about Malkuna fats. Malkuna fats. We're gonna be very serious about this because let me just tell you, it started out with the tower with this one, okay? I'm writing a book in detail. Right now it's just a manuscript, but I'm writing a manuscript. You have to project it out there, right? Called Return from Thaumiel. And this is not going to be easy. This is not going to be easy. Okay, don't expect that the dark side will make it easy for you to uncover them. Okay? Does that mean anything to me? Yes, it does. It means that, you know, some things are meant to be kept secret. But in keeping with that, there are fundamental beliefs within man. And one thing that I remember about Malkuna Fat is that she said that humanity is inherently rebellious. Humanity is inherently rebellious. And so, yeah, it is. I was working with King Asmodeus, and this is a long story. I'm not expecting to, record everything on this short video, but I am doing a video series called Return from Thaumiel. So my other series that you can check out is called Cliffoth Journey or Cliffoth Journeys. And that was so vague in comparison to what I've been able to uncover this far. And what I've been able to uncover is just scratching the tip, like the occult goes so deep, you'll never figure it out, I'll never figure it out. But I am going to say, no way, Jose, I will figure it out. I will continue to ask the questions in this realm. I will continue to seek the answers. I will continue to be respectful and reverent. And so I've been working with Malkuna Fat, and she's been teaching me these qualities. But you know what she had to do at the very beginning of it, and I talk about it in the manuscript that I'm writing. She had to bring in the element of, and I'm going to say this as an archetype, card number 16 of the major arcana, the Tower. So she herself is associated with card number 12 of the major arcana, the archetype of the Hanged Man. And so I've given myself an allotted period of time to get this whole journey finished, Return from Thaumiel, and it's going to take minimum 3 years. But what I've been learning is that, and I know one of you said this to me, I'm not going to name names, but who's to say how long it should take you to finish a project? And that really, really touched me. So thank you to those of you that give me advice. I know I sound like I know it all, but I don't. And I mean, it's evident, like nobody knows it all, But part of my astrological placements says that I'm really interested in the occult. That's just something that's in my birth chart, that I look into things of the occult. And the occult means hidden things. And I had to tell my partner that this is what I'm doing. He's aware, but I had to say to him, listen, if there's something that seems off, I just want you to tell me. And he says, yeah, you know what, I always tell you, don't worry. I feel comfortable telling you when I need to tell you something. And I was like, okay, because I really feel like working with the occult and working with the gods and goddesses of the Cliffoth specifically So I really feel that it takes a lot of discipline, determination, dedication, and I've had to become physically stronger to deal with these energies. And in a way, it's benefited me because I've been able to stick to a pretty grueling cardio routine, fasted cardio. And one thing that I learned in the Cliff Off journeys, coming back from Thaumiel and my return from Thaumiel journey, one thing I learned is that if you have a strong body, you have strong magic. And I know that I watched a video here on YouTube by somebody that I really admire, and she was talking with another very prominent Luciferian, and they were saying that it's really important to be physically fit in order to do good magic. And I've been able to actually say for myself that that has been physically true for me. And I broke the rules. One thing that Malkunafat said to me from the very beginning is that man is inherently rebellious. And I don't know if that's a shadow that I'm supposed to face, but I think it feels true that I am inherently rebellious. And I think that in other faiths, they're told that that is a wicked part of us, that we're not supposed to be rebellious, that we're supposed to be submissive and compromise and do things in order to help other people, but not putting ourselves first, putting others first. And I think that's where rebellion is so important. And I've been rebellious this whole time because right from the very beginning, it was my birthday. I said to myself, I'm going to break all the rules. So I did my ritual from exiting Golakab with King Asmodeus and then traveling into the tunnel of Set ruled by Malkunafat. And I told myself that I would break all the rules. And so I did my ritual without preparing for it. And I did my ritual without setting anything up for it. You'll see the pictures at the end of this video. It was just me and my journal and a candle and some incense and bringing, this request to Malkunafat, the request to enter the tunnel of Malkunafat, because you can't just go into those places. It's not possible. It's work. But it's okay because it's in my astrology birth chart that I would be interested in the occult. It's part of the makeup. I have my Lilith in Scorpio, and my Lilith in Scorpio is in my 8th house. So you'll see, if you look that up, I looked it up just recently. I was talking to another girl that I really look up to, another woman, a very successful woman. And she's somebody I look up to. And I feel like one thing I'm being reminded of is that at the end of it all, there's Lucifer. And the throne of Lucifer is located in Thaumiel. And I left the throne of Lucifer. I left Thaumiel in order to go discover the Cliff Off. And I've been very respectful. The tower energy that I felt when I entered Malkunafat's tunnel of Set, it was what I needed so that she could rebuild me. And one of the things she told me was, you have to give in to this. And that's what the Hangman is. The Hangman is, I will give in to this. I will give in to this skewed perspective, because the Hangman hangs upside down. I will give up my comfort. I will give up my ability to act, to use my body to fight this. And it's so interesting because I took 2 weeks off the gym this whole time, almost 3 weeks. And I've been working with Malkunafat to strengthen, my understanding of the Cliff Off and the occult. And, I'm not trying to toot my own horn for this 3rd manuscript that I'm writing called Return from Thaumiel. not everybody's going to be interested in this. And I don't feel bad talking about it because I've worked really hard for the information that I've written so far. I worked really hard for that information. And sometimes I just sit down and I'll write like 2 paragraphs and like that'll be it for a few days, you know, like sometimes I'll go almost a week without writing, and then I'll just write like a paragraph, you know, and then sometimes it'll be 2 paragraphs, but it's never really that much. Like if I ever get 3 paragraphs, I'm lucky, because that's like once in a blue moon. So I'm working really hard, and I look up to a lot of people for inspiration. I don't want to name names because it doesn't really matter. We're all inspired by some people, but some of the strongest women I know are Luciferians, and you have to have a strong body to hold this magic. Just like you have to have a strong body to give birth to a baby, you have to have a strong body physically, not just a strong mind, to give birth in the physical realm. So me creating this 3rd manuscript is me birthing something into the world, and it's not going to be easy. And I think that's one thing that I just want to encourage you with as I end this video, is just everything that you want, be willing to work hard for. And if you have to be rebellious and put yourself first to get there, do it. You know, if you want a higher education, work towards it. Don't let anything stop you. You know, I know it's hard with money sometimes. I know it's hard with a full-time job. I have a full-time job, but who's to say how long something should take you to come to fruition? You know, we're all different. And Malkunafat has taught me that, because she has an energy like no other goddess that I've met in the Qliphoth up until this point. And she's powerful, and believe it or not, I feel like she has strong crone energy, and yet she, in my gnosis this far, and I don't know if I don't think I should feel bad to say it, but I'm not going to say it, but my gnosis this far, she's very much an enigma. And anyway, so just keep working at what you're working at. You know, if you really want something, don't let fear get in your way. You know, if you really at the heart of things want something, you will do the work that it takes to get there. That's another important thing, is you are willing to do the work because you know that that's the work you have to put in order to get to the destination, you know, where X is marks the spot, you know. And would I like to be finished these things? Yeah, because it's painful, you know. All of us feel pain. We all in our own way feel pain, and we all want to express that pain. And so that's why I think that art is another very important outlet. If you feel like you have a lot of pain in your heart, I encourage you to take out a pen and just doodle. Sometimes it just starts like that, with a few doodles. And eventually, you know, you get presented with other artistic mediums like paint, acrylic paint, or oil paint, or pastels, or, you know, pencil crayons, or colored pencil crayons, you know, like we all have something to put out there. So don't let other people tell you what you can and can't do, because you can do anything you put your mind to. And I just want to thank Malkunafat for this message, because I was really anxious about talking about this. Sometimes I feel like I just feel like I'm being ripped inside out to kind of explore this. But I live for that, because I'm a Luciferian, and I live for feeling like I'm in the dirt just so that I can rise and be empowered by the light of Lucifer, you know. So that's something that I've learned in this journey as well, is just that Lucifer is not any other god. This is the tree of knowledge. This is what Lucifer offered in the Garden of Eden. And is it easy? No. But like I said, nothing that you want very badly is going to be easy for you to get to. So thank you, Malkunafat, for that message, and thank you to all of you for your comments, your likes, your subscriptions. Thank you to the people that just recently subscribed. I'm really happy I got to 600. But you know, that's just YouTube stuff. You know, YouTube is a platform like any other, and it's just a way of making art, I guess, and that's why I'm documenting this journey, just so that I can see how artistically pleasing it may be in my eyes. But I'm learning a lot, and I'm very grateful, and I'm grateful for you, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye. If it's your birthday this week, happy birthday. Or if it's your birthday any of the weeks that I forgot, happy birthday. May this be your best year yet, and I will be back when I am back. Bye.